Hello guys, once again welcome back to Akul FX Studio. In this class we are talking about modeling, and also this is the second part of Unreal Engine. First part is given in the description. Nothing to say more, we are going to our project. Here we can see a selection mode, and after clicking on it we can see a section in below that's called modeling, or we can use the shortcut Shift plus 5. In the modeling section, we have such a boon of tools, but we don't use all of them right now. So let's talk about a few of them. In create section, we can see box, sphere, cylinder, cone, etc. These are the models that are given to us as a basic from Unreal Engine. Using these shapes, we can create a large model or large mesh. First, I am going to add a box to the center of our world so that we can see always the center of our project. Before starting the modeling, I move other asset to a new folder. Doing this, we can find our models easily. For this, after holding the shift key, the first and the last object will be selected. Doing this, all the objects in between these are selected. After that, right click and select the option Move To. You will see a new folder option on it. Click that. Now you can see all of them are moved to that folder. Now you can rename this folder using F2 button and giving a name Basic Things. Now I am going to create a new folder for saving our mesh curtains and give a name Dark Wolf. Now let's start our modeling. For that, I select a box for create foundation of a house. Building a house is the easiest way to learn the basic of modeling. In this menu, we can see and change all the settings of our box. Now I am going to reset this value to default. Now I get a cube. In this menu, we can change the length, width and the height of our box as we like. I give the cube as 1000 in length and 1000 in width and give a 40 centimeters in height because it is a house foundation. That's why I give a less amount of height. After changing this value, you should click on the accept button unless it is worst. Now our first model is completed. That is a foundation. Now we can add a wall for this house. Just add a box and change its length, height and width as we shown earlier. Now we can adjust the position of this wall using these three arrows. Click one of the arrow, red, green or blue, then hold and move where we want to set the wall. Do not forget to click on the accept button. Now we can create another wall for the right side of our house. There is no need of creating a new one. We can just duplicate this wall using press and hold the option button. In Windows it is Alt button. Then click on the arrow, then drag it. Now you get the exact duplicate of that wall. Now we need one more wall for backside of our house. Now you know how to duplicate this. Okay, just press and hold the Alt or option button, then click on the arrow and drag it. Now we need to rotate in 90 degrees. Using this icon, we can't get an exact value of 90 degree. In this situation, we are using the details panel for adjusting the rotation and scale values. Here we can see a column called rotation where we can see a value of close to 90 degrees and revalue it to minus 90 degrees for an exact rotation of that wall. You can see three columns in front of that rotation, that is the x dimension value, y dimension value and the z dimension value. Here you face a big problem. When you try to enlarge any object, it becomes bigger equally on both sides. It's a big problem, I know. Now let's see how an object can be fixed on the side and only the other side is enlarged. I can explain that in video what I mean. See this video, I mean this. We can only enlarge one side of a cube or a wall. For this, what we have to do is press and hold the option or alt button and use the middle button of your mouse and click where we want to go. And this is temporarily. What we need to do to make it permanent is right click on the mouse and select the option pivot and set as offset. Let's add a shortcut to speed up this action. I am using D button for this. For that, go to Unreal Engine Preferences. Now, you can search here pivot. Here we can see set as pivot offset. Now, add a shortcut here. I am using D. Now, close it. There is no need of save. Now we can set our pivot where we want. Also, we can enlarge in one side. That's a great option. No one told you earlier, I think. Now we can complete our walls using our previous knowledge. I'm just duplicating and adding the wall and changing the size of the wall and creating some rooms. I'm going to show you in 1000x speed and you know how to do it. Okay. Now let's jump to next option. The basic shape of our house is finished. Now we can add a pillar to our sit out. For that I am using a cylinder from this create menu and add it to this corner. I think this is bigger than enough. So I can change its radius and also increase its height. Height become 300 and the radius become 20. I think the 20 is enough. Now we need to create a roof like a terrace and you know how to create that. We are just creating a cube or a box and shape it like a roof, then enlarge it and fix it. That's enough. We already do the same for our foundation. After completing this process, we can make holes to fit doors and windows. For that, we can add a box on the size of our window and add that box to our wall. At this point, we can see either side of our wall because of the roof. So, we can temporarily hide it by clicking H on keyboard. Similarly, we can hide everything in this world by selecting and click the H button on keyboard. After mounting the box on the wall, make sure that it is visible from both sides. On which wall we want to put the hole, first select that wall, then press and hold the shift key, then select the box with which box we want to put the hole. Now come back to the menu. After clicking on this model section, select the boolean option from the submenu. Now you can see a hole created on this wall. Now click on the accept button. Our window hole is created on that wall is successfully. Using the same method, we can add holes for doors and windows to all the walls we want. Let's see how to unhide that roofs was previously hidden. Go to outliner. There you can see an icon of eye. Just open the closed eyes. That's all. Similarly, the name of the roof can be searched and taken. As we have already said about this, so just leaving. Now we can see it in the real form of a house under construction. The next step we need to create doors and windows. The point is that we have already learned how to create a wall. The same method is using for creating the doors and windows. Here we need to create a border before creating these windows. For that, adding a cube, then resize it like a border. I'll show you. Just resize like this. The left border is created successfully. Now we can copy this from here to right. Now duplicate and add each of the top and bottom pieces. The border process is completed. Now we can add a pillar like this. Now we can create the door of our window. For that, first create a door border, then add a glass in it. Here you can create two boxes, one is larger and one is inside that. Now apply boolean, we already told that. Then add a piece to fill that hole. Now holding the shift key and select both the boxes. Now we can right click and select the option group, or Command G is the shortcut. Now change the position of our pivot to a corner for opening inside to outside, just like this. Now we can duplicate this window to each and every room of our house and practice more what we learned. Okay, today's class is over. The next class is how to texture or how to paint the house. We can add various colors, patterns to our house, and we will talk about in details in the next class. You have any queries, you can comment or contact me in Instagram. The Instagram link and website link are added in the description. Hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe. See you in next time. Bye bye.